Hello and welcome. How you all doing? Hope you're well. We'll just give it a few minutes for people to join. I am just gonna crack on, I think. Hope you're all well. Please do put in the comments what you're working on this evening. I just thought I'd do a live stream, just carry on with the progress of this tank. I've been meaning to carry on with this tank for a while actually. So yeah, now is the time to do it. Yeah, all I'm doing is kind of just cleaning up, preparing tank tracks. Then I'll be making that decision: Plasma Executioner or Macro Saker. The Macro Saker, I have to say, you know, that's what Games Workshop chose to be on the front of the box. And you know, already I have quite a few Volkite themed weapons for Solar Auxilia, so I'm kind of leaning towards that rather than the plasma, but we all know plasma makes more sense. Hey, I'd like to get both. I really would. Well, all three variants: the Volkite, the plasma, and the Demolisher. Probably go for two plasmas. If like it was no money was no object, I definitely have two Demolishers, a Volkite, and two plasmas. You know, but that's a lot. That's a lot of tanks. That's like 5 tanks, sort of £200 worth of Lehman Russ assault tanks, really. Yes, hello. I'm all good, thanks. How are you, John? Yeah, I guess we're getting close to the reveal. What do you think they're going to reveal? And when is it? When is the reveal event? Yeah, as I say, you know, don't be shy. If you can, leave a comment what you're working on this evening. Hope you enjoyed the Mechanicum video earlier. Well, I say the Mechanicum video, the pre-order video. Haven't done a pre-order video for a good few weeks, so it's so easy to sort of lose track of what's going on in Warhammer when they're releasing news every single day. Yeah, so last weekend I was painting. It was a painting live stream. This weekend I thought I'd just be building the tank. I don't know whether I'll finish it in this live stream, but we'll see. I want to mix it up a little bit so that next weekend we have another painting stream. If I can mix it like that, that would be cool. You know, this isn't my job. Like, it's not my job at all. I've got a full-time job and another job, and you know, if it was my job, I'd be on here all day, every day, streaming. Probably on Twitch though. You know, building and painting. Good to hear. Oh, 28, thanks, John. So 28th is, yeah, still about a month away, aren't we? Hi Jose, how you doing? I hope the weather is nice in Spain. I really like Spain. I should go again. Well, Mediterranean, really. I'd like to go, the other side. So, although it's Sunday tomorrow, and I typically have a non-Warhammer day on a Sunday, give you some kind of content on the Sunday that isn't anything to do with Warhammer. At the moment, it's watches. Like I'm really into my watches, and I'm almost going to pull a trigger on a knife, knife or two. But tomorrow will be Warhammer content, but it won't be your typical unboxing review. It will be more of a look at something, and yeah, it's taken me quite a while to make that video. It's a long video too, but I hope you enjoy it. And I can say that it is to do with Horus Heresy, so there is that. But yeah, I do appreciate everyone's support. Anyone that uses sort of like the Element Games affiliate link, or supports that way, really does help the channel. It has a big impact. Like just buying a few paints or something, it all adds up. From this view, it looks like I'm doing my nails. I don't know really how to sort of change that. Maybe if I pull the camera back a little bit. How about that? Is that better? Apologies. Sort of, I get carried away and sort of move the camera over here. Sorry, move my hands over here. If I just move a bit closer. That's right. Yeah, I'm definitely not doing my nails. This is an only hands, okay? It's a live stream of someone filing their nails. I'm sure there are plenty of people that would watch that, to be fair. I'm sure there are. I'm sure if you like searched for like a nail bar or something, people probably have live webcams on at their nail bars. I don't know. I've never really, it's never really crossed my mind to search for such a thing, but just that's what it just prompted me to think of, really. Thank the Emperor you're alive. I am alive, yes. I am alive. Of course I'm alive. The Emperor protects. I mean, it was touch and go for a moment there, though. It just needs a monk jack to sort of jump in front of the motorbike, and it's game over for for Super Saiyan. And then his entire Warhammer collection gets auctioned off, and the proceeds go to the cat sanctuary, of course. Did I see the Ordinatus, the big resin Mechanicus gun, and sold out? Maybe. Nah, I don't know about nah, John. Nah, don't get your hopes up, my friend. That's happened. Like, the reason why I say that is because it's happened so many times. And things have not come out in plastic. So no, my friend, don't get your hopes up. I highly doubt that something that big would come out in plastic. It's massive wishful thinking. If that's coming out in plastic, a Mastodon would easily be able to come out in plastic, and they haven't done that. Or the big drill, they'd be able to make that in plastic. You know, we can even go smaller and look at the Terax pattern drill, which is £100 in resin or so. That's not plastic, and that's way, way smaller than the big Ordinatus. The Ordinatus is cool though. There used to be two. There used to be like a one with the kind of like sonic cannon thing, and then the other one that had the Bellicosa volcano cannon. Same one that's on the Warlord Titan. But yeah, there used to be two variants of that. I really like the look of because the Ordinatus weapons are typically it's Mechanicum through and through, isn't it? It's just like one huge weapon that's been transported. It's literally like a big weapon on tracks. But I would have loved Forge World or whoever to have made like one of the big weapons. Like I think it's some kind of like tower, or it raises up like a tower, and then it just fires down a bit like an obelisk of light. If you're familiar with sort of Command and Conquer, it's something like that. Incredible world-breaking weapons that the Mechanicum have that aren't really talked about in books, in the lore, as much as you would hope. The big bread box tank thing, the command tank, huge thing, that's talked about in the Siege of Terror. You were just about to get your Krieg out. Nice one. Swap the motorbike for a Rhino. Much safer. Yeah, much safer for who? For me. Not for the heretics though. I'd be safe in my, couple of inches of composite ceramite multi-layered armor. I don't know, but all the heretics would not be safe. Be riding around in my Rhino, listen to some Imperial Gothic tunes. Some kind of latest album from the Misters of Silence, the Misters of Battle. I don't know. I've started already. I'm terrible, I know. I'm terrible. That'd actually be quite a cool band name, Misters of Silence. The drill is going in plastic. But I want to see proof. Anybody could say that. I could say, yeah, Warlord's going in plastic. Yeah, it's going to be about 6 years from now. Yeah. No, there's no proof. Whenever someone says, oh yeah, this is going in plastic or this isn't, like, I want to see proof. Like, unless I say proof, no. Your YouTube homepage full of live protest rallies. You're going, yeah, I know. It's take a step back, right? Obviously there's the algorithm, and I'm not saying that you've watched them, or you haven't, But it's really interesting to see the algorithm push certain things, even if you've never watched them before. Like, even if you've talked about them to your friends and things, and then all of a sudden, oh, there's some kind of protest. There's a spider. Hello. We'll just leave you there. You're not gonna, unless you want to give me some superpowers. You can do. You know, like you've got money spider. This is like a resin spider. It showers you with Yeah, you don't want to go that way, mate. You'll get filed. You'll become part of the tank. Okay, he's just going to chill on my index finger then. That's fair enough. It's a bit shaky up here, my friend. Okay, well, he wants to just stay there, or she wants to just stay there. Has every right to be on my hand, then I have to be sat here, of course. I don't know. I don't know about you, but I just get quite sort of. Where's he gone? Okay, off you go. I just get quite guilty if I step on a snail or a slug or something if I genuinely haven't seen it. Oh no, he's going back up. Fascinating. We've got a guest for the live stream today. You know. Let's have a look. Can you show us the full collection? When you say the full collection, yeah, I can. You weren't specific, so I can show you the full collection of the Solar Auxilia. I'll do that right now. It's right here. So there's the Volataris section, las rifle, and then we've got a Sentinels, Basilisk, Malcador, Lehman Ross. Then we've just got one of the Warbringers just there. So yeah, there you go. That's the full collection. Right. So, and I've still got this spider on me. Still okay. Well, there we go. Oh, you're welcome, More. You're welcome. I'm getting there. I'm getting there. Like, after this, I would like to build the Aethon Sentinel. I'm not a big fan of the Aethon Sentinel, but I just know. I know that the Dracosan transport is. There's a lot to it. It's a big kit. There's lots of parts. It's not fiddly or difficult. It's just will take a while. So I just want to build that Aethon Sentinel, the heavy Sentinel, and then build the Dracosan, and then probably I'll build the command section, and then the generic las rifle troops. And if I can get all of that done before Mechanicum, I will be very happy. Like, I'm not. My goal isn't to build all of my Solar Auxilia because I've got another box set. But if I can build all of that before Mechanicum, then yeah, that's great. So I can dedicate all of my build times to Mechanicum and get those reviews out to you as quick as I possibly can. And because I would love to give you some comparisons and things with Knights and Titans and things, love to. Especially when like the Thanatar comes out, I'd want to do a size comparison like I did many years ago with the Warlord Titan, with the Thanatar. I think it's going to be a single kit though, which is a little bit disappointing, but Would have been cool if it was a dual kit. Oh, thanks, Kriegsman. I appreciate that. Oh, you're welcome. Did I actually do a live stream of the other Lehman Russ? I can't remember. I probably did, but yeah, I know it's just me filing, you know, tank treads, but you know, so it's not really, I say, useful for you, but at least this is giving you a bit of entertainment while you're sort of building or painting whatever you're up to. You know, from like a tutorial point of view, this isn't, you know, we've all built tanks before, you know. Have you been able to pick up a Lehman Russ assault tank yourself, Krieg, or any of the tanks? Did you pick up a Malkador, I think, from what I remember? Right, the key thing about this is trying to get these tracks the right way, though. Yeah, that seems about right. I'll switch to the Revel glue because it seems to do better in the heat. I say the heat, it's not really hot, but it just seems to do better in the heat than the GW glue. I can feel that spider on my left arm now. He's gone from this arm to this arm, and he's here now. Okay. I'll find him in the G-Shock later on. Oh, yes, definitely, John. I'm with you on that, 100%, my friend. I'd like them to bring back the Thunderhawk transport. Do a refresh of it. Also, the Orca for Tau. I probably would pick one up. You know, that's the one model that would kind of get me into Tau. I'd get an Orca, and then I'd get a few of their like incredible battle suits probably, and call it a day. wouldn't get anything else. This spider is having the full gun show this evening. It's all the way up on my neck now. Despite the tickling, I'm still stoic in my decision to not have squished it. Now it's kind of zip lining across. There's no way it's making a web on me. Okay. Well, we'll just carry on for the moment. Is that complete? Nice. They're nice tracks. They go together quite well. I've been impressed with all of the tanks for Horus Heresy, all the plastic ones really. Malkador, it's a bit odd. Did I pick up a second solo battle group? I did pick up a second one. Yeah. I was able to pick up a second one. You're saving up, cool. You lost another job this week. I mean, my friend, I'm not sure how it's even possible to lose your job as a professional cuddler. But you know, I didn't think that you'd be able to lose that one. But probably happened for a reason. You know, I know that's very cliche, but sometimes people lose jobs. Sometimes people are made redundant through like no fault of their own, and then they get better offers. And they move to a different part of the country or the world, and you know, they would never have had that opportunity if they weren't sort of let go or lost the job or something. And it's really difficult. It's the hardest thing to do is to turn a bad situation into an opportunity. What should I use the Dracosan as in 40k? I thought about Markador Defender or Crassus, but what do you think you have in mind for it? What do you have in mind for it? I know it's big, but like, you know, Markador size almost. But couldn't you just use it as like a Taurox? I mean, couldn't you proxy it as that? Or even a Chimera? I mean, can't you put a multi-laser on the front of it anyway? Does the multi-laser have to be on the top, on the turret? I mean, it depends if you've got a Chimera or a Taurox already. If you have, then yeah, it's a bit tricky, but I see where you're coming from though. You want to use the 40k minis, you know, the Horus Heresy minis in 40k, which is perfectly understandable. Just have a look at the tanks that closely resemble it for Astra Militarum. I mean, it's a tricky one because the Dracosan does have that cannon on the front, which I think you can change to, is it like the las cannon? Yeah. Oh yeah, you're welcome. You're welcome. This is the thing, like I always say with models, like proxy the models in Horus Heresy that are closest to the 40k. And if your opponent has an issue with that, then pick another opponent. Unless you're playing like in tournaments and things where there's really, you know, strict rules. If you're playing friendly games at a club or with your friends, I don't think it matters that much. It wouldn't matter for me. Like, if you rocked up and you had a Dracosan and you said, "All right, well, for this game it's going to be, you know, whatever." As long as you didn't proxy it as like a Titan or something, that'd be a bit crazy, wouldn't it? Yes, I'm going to proxy this Gretchen as a Emperor class Titan. Okay. Okay. I'm just going to make a call because I think you've escaped from somewhere. Yeah, I won't be long. Whoops. Hey Maxim, how you doing? Good to see you here. Yeah, sorry for the kind of like unannounced live stream and things, but I just thought I'd be building this tank, and I'm not that far from finishing the tracks anyway. The next bit is the fun bit, really, is putting the sort of roof, this part, onto the bottom, and then squeezing them together. I do enjoy squeezing them together, and then we can focus on the turret. You guys can help me out which weapon to go for, the plasma or the boom gun. It's my style with the randoms, yeah, definitely. Yep. Well, I did watch Top Gun Maverick the other night. When was it? Thursday night? And then and so I've watched that and I thoroughly enjoyed it. And you know, the weather's been really nice here, and yeah, so I sort of crossed that off my list. I've seen it before. Obviously, I went to the cinema and watched it and things. Incredible. But the one thing I realised watching it this time around was I had such a big smile on my face. And sometimes we go through life doing things like in the day with a big grin on our face, and we're kind of in that moment and we don't really realise. But that film, I was just smiling all the time. Just incredible. And then last night I watched, because I do like my films, not as much as my games, but I do like my films. Last night I watched No Way Out. It, I mean, it's got some sharks in it. It's not really a spoiler. There's a shark on the thumbnail. Yeah, I don't know. Well, yeah, I hate spoilers and things, so I won't say anything. But it's a bit of a come down to come from Top Gun to that. I'll tell you. So. The latest Bad Boys. Yeah, okay. Oh, I watched the one that you recommended for me to watch. I'm not sure whether it was in this chat, but maybe on Discord. The film that is not difficult to pronounce, but difficult to remember. Is it the team of Ungentlemen? That one with Henry Cavill and the guy from Reacher. Big guy, huge guy. Yeah, I watched that at the start of the week, I think. That was awesome. I thoroughly enjoyed that as well. That was good pacing too. Like, you know, again, I don't want to go into spoilers, but for anybody that hasn't watched that. Ministry of Ungentlemanly Warfare. That's the one. That's the one. Yeah. Yeah, I did enjoy that. I just wish it had a better title. It's call me. Maybe I'm a title snob. I don't know, but you know, Top Gun, such a good title. Jaws. You know, Gladiator, Jurassic Park. Just, you know, it's really good titles. Twisters, yeah, yeah. Someone recommended me Twisters, and I think one of the guys wears a G-Shock in that as well. So I need to watch Twisters. I feel like some films you have to watch them in a cinema or an IMAX. I mean, no matter how good your cinema system is at home and things, I just feel like you know, for the atmosphere as well, definitely. Like Dune and Mad Max, and you know, Trom Links, how you doing? Seeing you alive. Hello, hello, Kit Bash Carnage. How are you doing? Good to see you. Hope you're well. It's after the book. Ah, okay. That explains it. That explains it. I just have to remember the ministry. That's all. If I can remember the ministry of ungentlemanly warfare, that's the thing. It's yeah. When I'm describing things, like I recommended Shogun to someone the other day, you know, that just it doesn't just roll off the tongue. It's like, you know, it's just easy to remember. Probably get more luck by just saying, oh yeah, the film with Henry Cavill in where there's spies or whatever, you know. Face reveal 100k subscribers more. Yeah, get cracking. I'd like to give away a Warlord Titan as well. Because I have given away things on the channel before. This is the thing. It's not a new revelation. I have given away big box sets before, loads of things at different milestones, shipped them around the world as well, and I think because I don't do giveaways frequently, I guess it kind of falls out of sort of viewers' mindsets, which is fair enough. But yeah, I'd love to give away Warlord Titan at a milestone. But like so many kind of not group, but when there's a community of people, I feel sometimes people in a community can there can be quite a few people, but they can still be like individuals, if that makes sense. So what they'll do is they'll take a step back and go, oh yeah, he's bound to get such and such subscribers at this point. He's bound to get this, and in reality, if you sort of step back and kind of watch it and sort of not be active in it, it may never happen. It happens a lot slower. Like you know, the things that are a catalyst to it are members, moderators, interaction with all the videos, just a like I've started interacting more with other channels now, because I know it makes a big difference. Even just like leaving a comment or a like helps that algorithm. But you know, content creators and things, you know, whether it's video games or Twitch streams that are put on YouTube, that they're all competing in a way. They're all competing against each other, and they're all competing against. Well, I say against you, against the algorithm of what you watch and what you like to watch. Like for me at the moment, I watch some watch I watch videos and reviews. So I'm getting everything from Teddy Baldassar to I want to call him Bulbasaur, to Brave Beaters to Mad Watch Collector. I'm getting all of those sort of videos pop up, and it's probably the same for Warhammer, really. And then on top of that, you're getting what Google want you to watch, or you know, pushing you to watch. You know, to kind of force the narrative. So there's always that little constant battle between the history of what you've watched, what you want to watch, what you might be interested in, and what Google want you to digest. You know what I mean? Consume. That's the word, isn't it? Oh, good links. Oh, yeah, I'm very good. Thank you. Good to see you again. Henry Cavill in disguise. I don't know. I mean, I don't have the. You've seen off Deadpool 3. I take it. Nah, it's. I mean, it's. Nah, it's nowhere near, is it? Waterworld. Oh yeah, League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. Yeah. The algorithm. Yeah, that's a really good thing to do, Kit Bash. Just watch the people that you subscribe to. Do they even have that feature on YouTube? And if not, why don't they? Like, obviously you've got your subscriptions on the left hand side. Do they have a feature where you just click and then it just shows you nothing but thumbnails of who you subscribe to? Do you? I haven't found it. Maybe I haven't looked hard enough. But that would be cool if you could have something like that. But yeah, I hope you are all well, and you know, if you've been able to pick up some Mechanicum today, that's great. Didn't look like it sold out. I mean, I haven't been back on there for a few hours. I was quite shocked that third-party sellers had some available to pick up as well. You know, the Element Games had some. Probably grab myself a drink in a moment. I'll be with you as long as I can this evening, this afternoon, this morning, whatever you're up to. Yeah, good point, Kitbash, good point. Yeah. I want YouTube to let you remove mixes. It's so annoying. I want YouTube to be able to allow you to use music in your videos, like, you know, copyrighted music, but I understand why they don't really allow it. What I mean by that is use the music but not monetize it. You know, because music, I think is one of the best creations, and it definitely, yeah, it definitely brings people together. Music and food, and it would be great if you could use that, because then people may start listening or be kind of exposed to music and things that they've never been exposed to, and that opens up a whole new debate. But yeah, going off on a bit of a tangent about music. I don't know. I just feel like sometimes I'll go a while without listening to music, and then all of a sudden I'll just think, man, I've not listened to some good tunes for such a long time. It's definitely food for the soul, isn't it? What armies do you have? It's probably easier to tell you the armies that I don't have, because technically I do have a little bit of Dark Eldar. The armies I don't have really, I mean, these don't count as Astra Militarum. It's Astra Militarum and Tau and the Votan. But I pretty much got everything else. In terms of Age of Sigmar, there's loads of armies I don't have. My predominant army is my Imperium force, though. You know, Knights, Titans, Sisters of Battle, Sisters of Silence, Custodes, Space Marines from all different legions. I'd say Imperial Agents, Grey Knights, Death Watch. Now Solar Auxilia, Mechanicus, Mechanicum. Primarchs, maybe I would classify as a separate faction now. Could I have an army of Primarchs? Thinking I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think I've got 8 Primarchs, not including like plastic ones. So I've got Guilliman, Mortarion, Angron, and the Lion. So I've got 4 plastic Primarchs. I never got plastic Magnus. No. Oh, there was a question earlier. Sorry. I completely forgot that one. Meepish. Sorry, Meepish. You asked me thoughts on the Blood Angels. Well, I kind of gave my thoughts today in the video, but I will repeat. It's disappointing. It's that classic GW. I don't know. But what I mean by that is it doesn't really have anything new in. It's got the upgrade sprue, and then it's got Lamartes and Astarath, and that's it, right? You know, it's a tricky one because, you know, they've got the jump packs Primaris, they've got the Assault Primaris. So I'm not really sure how they could have kind of created some Death Guard specific units, because essentially they are Blood Angels that have just succumbed to the Black Rage. So it's like they're not going to get special bespoke armor like, you know, the Black Templars. They don't have like the neophytes and stuff that Black Templars do. But hey, I mean, at least it's not just one new character and then the codex, you know, put it that way. I would have liked some new things, but really, what new things could they have created? That's what I want to know. Is that one of each or functioning armies? One of each. One of each. What, like one model of each? Well, okay, you could probably say that I don't have Dark Eldar then, because typically I don't really have a functioning Dark Eldar army. But didn't they kind of like get all... Did they get amalgamated so you could use some of their models in Eldari, sorry. In terms of functioning armies, yeah, that would seem about right. Like, I don't have any Votan models. I don't have any Tau models whatsoever. But I pretty much got functioning armies for everything else. Not really Astra Militarum. I mean, at a push, I could probably use these. At a push. I mean, they are Lehman Russes. Um, all the plastics on it. Hey, Revan, how you doing? Good to see you. Yeah, I agree, Links. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, I pre-ordered the Mechanicum box set, Revan. You'll be pleased to know. So we've got some robots coming our way. I know you like the robots. I was toying with the idea, whether to get a second box. I didn't get the second box. I would rather someone else have one box than me have two. That's just the world I live in. There are worlds that other people live in where they have probably bought 10 today at a discount, and they're probably now selling them on eBay for double, and that's the world they live in, and that's, you know, what one could ask. How do they sleep? Well, clearly they sleep on pillows made of Mechanic and Baffa Group box sets, but still, yeah, that's just the world I live in. Is I would rather just, you know, take one and give that opportunity to others. Hey, and I feel guilty of the special edition books that I own, that I've read, because they are now just sat there, and they are selling on eBay for £600-700 a pop. And that's wrong, because it puts me in a dilemma, because I think, well, I want other people to experience those books and read them and things, but I don't want to exploit them for that pleasure. But anyway, that's another kind of moral stance to take, isn't it? I guess. New sanguinary gold guard and a new sanguinar. Oh, okay, that's cool. I want to know when the new Sisters of Battle model is coming out. That really cool one. You know the one I mean, with the awesome base. I don't think any of them can top Amalia Novena in terms of detail, though. That was like the first, and still to this day has the best detail, 3D detailing on a plastic mini I've seen. She really is something else. Definitely one of my favorite minis. That. I guess so, Links, but like they have been proactive with it. It took them a long time, but they have been proactive by kind of limiting certain numbers to buy and things like that. I guess it happens whenever, you know, it happens in a sort of capitalist sort of society where there's supply and demand, and I think it will always happen where there's supply and demand. Lego are a good example. Like, I know Lego do a good job in trying to stamp out the scalper issue, but I don't think anybody's totally immune from it. Unless you just sell your products like in store and limit them in store. Look at the moon swatch, for instance. Like, I really like one just to kind of play about with and to do a video on and things, but that I can't get it online. I would have to go into one of their stores. But this is the thing, Games Workshop could do that. They could go one step further. They've got so many stores that they could, you know, they used to do it a fair bit with limited minis, anniversary minis and things. But yeah. Yeah, I don't think anyone's immune, really. Look at PlayStation, you know, games consoles. Ever since PlayStation 2, if you can remember that, we've had sort of scalper issues. Probably before then too. Isn't the sister battle coming alongside a novel? You're right, Mipish, you're right. Yeah, definitely. You'd never sell your guard or god machines. Everything is fine, including the family. I was not expecting that. That just sometimes, Craig. Sometimes your comments, my friend, they need like a warning. I was just not ready for that. That escalated very quickly. Said Ferris Manus. Right. Let's. I think we could put these together. These tanks do go together very well. I am impressed. Up until the point I need green stuff, and then I'm not so impressed. Used to be just Games Day. Yeah, can you remember Games Day? I remember Games Day in 2002 when I walked up there with my £250 in cash. You know, forget the contactless payments and things. Forget. Well, I think we had cards then, but you know, mail order. People used to phone up and do a mail order from like submarines and get their resin minis delivered to submarines and things. It's crazy times. But yeah, I remember walking up there, £250 for Lucius Patton Warhound Titan, with the weapons, and the guy was like, "Yep, they're selling like sandbags disappearing at the beach," or I don't think he used the word flood, but you know what I mean. He used some kind of analogy that motivated me to just go for it. And the thing is, back then, I don't know if it's the same with you guys, but back then, I used to think a lot more about spending, I say, that kind of money. I did so much research before I picked up a Warhound. It's not like I was at Games Day and I thought, oh yeah, that Titan looks good, you know, £250, I'll pick one up. Excellent. No, it was months and months of saving up, and I even went to Warhammer World before they had the Warhammer World, and before they had like the proper exhibit and stuff, and they went into the studio. I'll never forget it. This is why I'm telling you the story. This is why I've got some fond memories. They went into the studio and they grabbed a Warhound Titan, a custom one that had a melee weapon. Imagine that, a Warhound with a melee weapon. Had like a wrecking ball on a chain that the design studio were making. Fantastic. And I just wanted to see one in person, to see the size, to get an idea. And yeah, I was thoroughly impressed. And that's one of the things that tipped me over the edge of dropping the money on one. Whereas the Warlord, never saw one in person. Knew it was going to be big, and knew it was going to have a lot of parts. Knew it was CAD and would have a lovely instruction booklet and things, and wouldn't be a nightmare compared to the Warhounds and the Reaver particularly. And yeah, just that was, I say, an easy buy. You know what I mean? Like there wasn't a lot of decision making, pre-purchase decision making, or yeah, really. Right, so now it wants us to squeeze this together, but before we do that, we'll just give it a little bit more time and then yeah, I'll just clean up these and the hatch, grab a drink, and then we'll sort of squeeze them together. Hope you're enjoying the live stream so far. My little stories. Yeah, you're right, Meefish. Yeah. You're older than the PS2 era. Yeah, I know, but what I mean by the PS2 is me too. But what I mean by the PS2 era is that for us anyway in the UK, they were very difficult to get hold of. PS2s that Christmas. How have you been? I've been very well. You passed your exams and you're back. You started Warhammer Underworlds. Nice one. Nice one. Trying to find the rivals of Mirrored City. No, I remember the Amiga as well. I remember floppy disks. Yep. 6 hours in train from the nearest GW. Oh yeah. You do live in an absolute beautiful country, though, my friend. We had a DOS PC. Yep. I remember DOS PC. I do remember that. I remember playing Doom 2, because I don't think we got Doom, but I remember playing Doom 2 on a joystick. There you go. I mean, we had a joystick, and this was like an old joystick as well. And then we sort of upgraded to have a joystick that, I think it was like a Sidewinder or something, where you twisted it to turn on the spot. So you twisted it and then went forward. So none of the mouse and keyboard stuff. You know. Yeah, no, BBC computers. Do you remember them? I'm making everyone feel old now. You know, we're talking about floppy disks and things. I'm sure that people are thinking, what's going on? What's a floppy disk? What's a videotape? You know, things like that. Showing our age. Doom on a floppy disk is as old as it gets. For the Spectrum and Pong. Well, I have an OG Game Boy from Hong Kong with Tetris, and that was pretty much when they came out. I've still got it somewhere. I do. This is why part of me, doesn't really want to sell old consoles and things. Like, I'd like to keep hold of the PlayStation 2, the PlayStation 3, and, the Sega Mega Drive and things. Yeah, I had a Sega Mega Drive instead of a NES or an SNES, Super Nintendo. Didn't stop me playing those games after, though. Many years later. They're suddenly getting H in there. Okay, here's a question. I know everyone asks me questions all the time in chat, which I really do appreciate and love answering. But for you guys, give me, if you can, give me a unit in Solar Auxilia that you would love to see in plastic for this range. It doesn't even need to exist in resin, by the way. For me, I'll answer my own question. But for me, I like the Praetor, but I like the big Capitalis kind of bread box thing. That would be awesome if they did something like that, even if it was resin. But I would settle for the Stormhammer or the Malcador Infernus or something like that. Lucifer Blacks. Okay, nice. Nice. That would be cool. Stick and imagination. So I take it that was before the 1950s then. So you must be like 80 something years old, because I can remember some people talking to me that are in their 70s, almost 80, that did have a stick and a hoop. So if it was before the hoop was invented, then yeah, you must be knocking like 80. Fair play to you, my friend. Fair play. Didn't they get the veteran kit? Maybe the ship to ship warriors, can't remember their names. Ship to ship warriors. They did get the veteran kit, yeah. These I think these are these the veterans, these Velataris. I think these are those. So yeah, they did get that kit. Pretty cool. Arvis Lighter, no, they've just done that. They've just done that. That would be like sort of going back in time to 20. I want to say 2017. Because I think 2015 or 2016 the Warlord came out. Or was that 2016? It must have been 2016. Surely. So then maybe 2017 was the Thunderhawk. Yeah, 2017 must have been Thunderhawk, because I went to Coventry in 2017 to get the Thunderhawk when it was released. But it would be like the Thunderhawk being released at the start of this year, and then now saying, well, no, last year, sorry. It would be like the Thunderhawk being released last year, and then now saying, oh yeah, I want to see the Thunderhawk released in plastic. Mud pies, playing in rivers. Oh, yes. Wow. Hoop luxury. No. We weren't talking about luxuries. No. We didn't say luxuries. We were talking about all you had. You know, we weren't talking about all you had. You had to work 25 hours a day down a mine just to afford half a stick. I mean, look, I'm not stating the obvious here, but you know you can just find sticks. Like, just go to a woods. There's plenty of sticks on the ground. Unless GW were around back then and they were selling those sticks. I mean, aren't we all just still playing with sticks anyway, but with some hair on the end? He's from Victoria. I knew it. I knew it was before 1950. It's actually from the Industrial Revolution. Yeah, I really do need to grab a drink in a sec. I should change the quality of my video that I'm watching myself on down to potato quality, just because it might affect the quality that you guys are getting in a good way. I mean, I like the battle groups when they release, when the battle group includes all new minis. I don't like the box sets that include like one new mini, and that's the only way you can get that one new mini. I think that's bad, because Games Workshop could do this a different way. I think what they're doing with these battle groups is introducing you to a new faction. Technically a new faction, you know what I mean? In plastic, so they're getting as much money as they possibly can, straight away, like that initial £130 or £100 if you use my Element Games affiliate link, of course. And they're getting that initial lump sum, but in a way they're kind of losing money. And what I mean by that is, they have released a full ranges before in one day, like Tyranids, like Space Marines. They release all of those miniatures, all those box sets that are £40-50 each. They could have done that with this. I know I'm not giving them ideas because they already do that, but they could. There's nothing stopping them taking that tactic with new armies like Auxilia or Mechanicum. They could have released all of those minis in the battle group at full price, individually, like they do with a lot of 40k releases. But they didn't. They chose to put it in the battle group, which ultimately saves you a lot of money. And I really like the choices. I need to sort of big it up further. I really like the choices in that set. They're all solid choices. Could they have stretched it though to like 100 and I don't think they'd stretch it to 160, 170 and put the Thanatar in. And as I mentioned in my video today, they could have put the Tech Priest in, but buying multiples of those sets would mean you'd have multiple Tech Priests. I'm not quite sure on the options that Tech Priest has. I will pick him up though. Yeah, of course. You'll see him on the channel. I guess they're going to come out in September. I can't see them coming out end of August. Gruel and mouldy bread. You're so happy you missed Old World, seeing the price now. Yeah, I mean, I'm happy with my decisions as well. My decision was to go for Dark Angels and Solar Auxilia over Old World. I still would like to get into Skaven Tide. Like, don't get me wrong, I would like to get into that. The Skaven look brilliant, and people have waited a long time for those kind of models. I'd love to give you reviews and videos of them. Of course I would. But I think I've sort of missed the boat on that. Okay. Right, I'll just grab myself a drink. So, spared no expense. I'll be back soon. I'm just going to grab a drink. I'll literally be like a couple of minutes, if that. Okay, I'm back. Back once again. Right. Okay. So, it's always good just to, as I say, after an hour or two, just to have a little stretch, walk around a bit. Thoroughly recommend it. Just move that back a bit. You got all the limited dwarf stuff on the way. You're up all night to make sure you got them, and the book and hammers too. Okay. Nice. Okay, right, let's squeeze these together. I do like squeezing them together. So, I think, yeah, pop that on like so. I will be in the Discord after this live stream. If anybody's there wants to chat. There's a few of you I haven't spoke to for a while. Okay, so what we'll do is I'll just get this. Just had to happen to have on my person. Always carry one of these around. You never know when you need to squeeze the whole of a tank together. So it will be these skis, which I think we should have put on before, but it doesn't actually make any difference as far as I know. They go on relatively straightforwardly. Human style clothes, yeah, I know. What are they playing at? They should be wearing dwarf style clothes, right? Bang out of order. Alright, so that's those on. Then we need to put the exhausts on. Now I would have thought it'd be easy to put the exhaust on first, but I've made my decision for the weapon. All this time I've been chatting to you guys. I'm going to go for the Volkite. I'm going to go for the macro Seika Volkite weapon thing. Just because I go with the rule of cool. And I would eventually get one anyway. I might as well just go for it now. And then the next one I pick up, I'll go for plasma. And then the next one, I would go for demolisher. Okay. Right, that's those done. This quick grip is completely overkill, but yeah. Las cannon as well. I don't know, just to keep it at that kind of 48-inch range or so. I know that the Volkite is 45-inch, but yeah. So you got a couple of different top cupola kind of options. Which are on here. No worries, Maxim. Thank you for joining in, and I hope you have a fantastic day tomorrow. I really appreciate it. Hope to speak to you soon, my friend. Right, which cupola shall we go for? Which did we go for before? I think I went for the square. Yeah, I like the look of that one. Yeah, I'm gonna go for the same. Yeah, I'll go for the same. I'll just take this one out anyway to avoid any confusion. Yeah, E4, this one. Well, this is where it gets a little bit complicated because we've got an E5 and then we go all back to C13, which is this sprue. I haven't got many parts on this sprue left. Then we need to use C14. For that side, so let's just do those now while we can. Yeah, I hope to grab the Mechanicum battle group on that Saturday, the 17th, I think it is. So there definitely will be a live stream that evening, and it will probably be a late one. We're going to see how long we can go with that one. So hopefully you'll join me for that. It probably will be about 7 o'clock-ish, sometime about then. On that date. Any sort of recommendations of what you'd like to see me build first? Personally, I want to build a Castellax. Just one. I'd like to build a Castellax, a Thalax, and then have a pop at the tank. Because I know that that tank is going to take a fair amount of time, that's all. But the Castellax is what I'm sort of gravitating towards first. We need E1. Missile piece. You say the tank first. The thing is, the tank is gonna take the longest though to build. But if I'm doing an all-nighter, you know what? It's possible. We can do it. All build the Mechanicum box set together. No, my luck, I'll come on stream at sort of 7:30, and everybody will have built their Mechanicum box sets because they would have been outside their stores at 10 o'clock or whatever it is, rushed home because they're probably walking distance of the store, and then by 7 o'clock, so they've been building for 9 hours, they would have finished everything in the set. That's usually what happens. Oh, okay, you want to see the review of the tank first. Okay. Well, yeah, that's a good point. So, review of the tank first. I mean, unfortunately, I can't compare it to the resin because I never picked up the resin. But and the thing is, if I review it first, I won't have any other Mechanicum models to compare it to unless I quickly start building those before, and sorry, straight after. But yeah, in terms of review, that would be good. Yeah, I could review that first. I'm up for that. I do like building these turrets. Oops. He says, and completely annihilates one. Okay, right, come on. There you go. You would like to see a video of your vast collection. It's on the first. It's on the homepage, Dan. There is a video of the Imperium collection, and there are videos of the rest of the armies, all split up because there wasn't anywhere big enough to have all of the models There's just not enough space now to have them all on show. I would have to kind of locate a hall now, or rent a hall out. Oh no, days are. It took me, the last collection video I did, I had a week off, and that's when every day I would set up and disassemble each army. So I would be up at like 5 in the morning for the Imperium one, and that took me until about midday to set it up, because that obviously involves looking through all the boxes, taking them all out of the boxes and things, and then I would finish at like 8-9 o'clock at night, because then I'd have to obviously, you know, film it all. But yeah, I'm not sure whether I could do it in days. Like, I was just trying to think about it in my head. If everything was boxed and ready to go, I still don't think I could put it in a van, drive it to a hall, unbox it all, set it all up, and do the videos within that day. I just don't think I could. You've got to remember, it's just me. Like, you know, it's just me. No one else. I mean, yeah, if there were like 5 people with me, that'd be a bit more manageable. But yeah. Oh, thanks, Dan. That means a lot. Cheers. Yeah, we're not that far from kind of 4,000 videos now on the channel. Right, so you've actually got the same side pieces for them all, E6. But we are going for the Volkite Macro Saker, just because it looks cool. Like, rules-wise, I'd go for the Plasma, because it's 48-inch range, it's a 5-inch blast, with, is it breaching 4+? Demolish Cannon is nice, I think it's like strength 12, but it's half the range, it's 24-inch. Whereas the Volkite, you know, it has the range at 45, and it has 8 shots, but it just looks the coolest. Just looks the coolest out. So that's what we're going for. So if we can get that done, the cannon, the Volkite, that would be great today. So E19, this one. Two E20s. And then E18. On the bottom. And then A22. Yeah, I do like the look of these Volkite weapons. And then these plates. And that's it, pretty much done. I mean, it's got the rear generator things, I don't know what they're called, charging coils. Someone can help me out with that. 24, 27, this thing, and 26. And I think the rest we don't use. Oh, no, we do use. Wow, it's quite a lot for this this old Volkite. So that goes on the top, and then two bits of tubing. Yeah, they were really serious when they talked about the kind of maintenance and things required for these Volkite weapons, as well as the plasma. E10. There it is. It's a little kind of antenna thing. Wow, and then you've got a firing port. Not firing port, a targeting sight. E12. And then you've got 23 and 25. This top bit is yeah, wow. Pretty much most of that sprue has been the Volkite. That's mental. 31, was that yeah, that was the cannon. Do we use 7? Try and look for an E7. Doesn't look like we do use it. Or an E8 or 11. An E10. We use those later on for the missile launcher or whatever. I don't think I'm going to put one on. I think I'm just going to have it as they have. But we can get rid of the cannon and the plasma. What we'll do is we'll clean up this Volkite, put it together, and we're kind of good to go, really. Yeah, this sprue is done. This targeting thing together. 7, 8, 9. Don't know what 11 does, but we'll slip it over there. Hello Fog, how you doing? Yeah, I think it'll take a while too, Kriegsman, because it's another Sentinel, it's another Lehman Ross, it's another Dracosan, it's another 20 Auxilia, isn't it? Well, 25. What I might do is just do, oh, bit of a freeze. What I might do is just do a video of the Solar Auxilia collection kind of so far, and then have the box set there in view. Yeah, thanks, Kriegsman, because that might be a Just sort of a more efficient way of doing it, because otherwise you guys would be waiting until after all the Mechanicum reviews will come out before you see a collection of the Solder Auxilia, like a full collection of it, which isn't ideal, is it? This is the A sprue. Let's get this searchlight off and the smoke launchers. 8 and 9. We are going to put some tools on. Why not? Why not use these? For the demolisher cannon equipped Lehman Russ, I probably will put the dozer blade on. Just give everyone an idea of the actual dozer blade. So, are we saying that I don't need to use any of this? No, I don't need to use any of that. No, I don't need to use any of it. That's interesting. I thought at least I'd need to use 15. But 15... isn't even on there. Like anywhere. Was it on earlier? It is, it's where the missile would go. Got to be careful of this piece then, because that's going to plug a sort of gap. Keep that over there. But the rest of these things we don't need. So then that's that sprue down, and I'm not using anything off the other sprue. All of that is going to be spares. Again, I swear I've got more spares of these Solder Auxilia sprues, vehicle sprues, than the Space Marine vehicles. So yeah, I just like to get everything off the sprues now, so that I know that everything in front of me just needs to be cleaned up and put on the tank. But I will be finishing at 10, whether I finish or not. Just giving everyone a bit of a heads up. On that. Oh, nice one, Kid Bash. Nice one. Good to hear, Fog. Good to hear you're making progress on your force. Yeah, that's everything off there. And this can now be moved over there. Along with, I think I've got some spare parts over here as well. I didn't use. Kind of clipped these off a while ago. Yeah, it'd be nice to finish this tank tonight. Then I can start on the heavy sentinel. The plan was actually to give you a review of this tank yesterday, but it just wasn't to be. Hadn't built it in time. Yeah, still Discord at 10. Yeah, I will be there from 10. Guess there we go. Go that way. You're working on your Night Lords. Nice. Sounds good. Oh, you could have spoke to Maxim about Night Lords. He collects Night Lords. But he's gone. At least you'll know for next time. Just because this is here, I might as well glue the last cannon on. Why not? Why not indeed? Oops. Really? They take twice as long to build as the Imperial Guard ones? Interesting. That is interesting. Why do these ones take longer, by the way? I mean, I've never built any Astra Militarum tanks, so for me, I'm not really noticing any difference. I haven't got like a baseline to compare it with, but these do seem to take a while. Is it the tracks? Is it because the tracks are in more pieces and there's more mold lines to clean up? I don't know. I know that there's a certain Astra Militarum tank that doesn't have a bottom part. That saves you a bit of time. Very, very busy tank. I you know, some people use the word busy, but for that tank, definitely busy. You feel that it's the chassis, more parts to the chassis. Yeah, I guess so. Yeah, yeah. Like the rear of the chassis and the front of the chassis, you have to sort of make as sub assemblies, don't you? And then you put those on top of each other, and then you put the sides on. Yeah, that's a good point. Yeah, yeah. Fair enough. Yeah, good point. Good observation. You can blitz the Lehman Russ 30 minutes. Well, if you can do that blindfolded, I'm sure there's an audience for that. I reckon I could build a Land Raider blindfolded. And I've built probably like 30 of them. That would be a good charity stream. If ever I did a charity stream, built something blindfolded, and all the sort of money goes to charity. You know. Yeah, I'd like to do something like that. Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, so I know kind of how you feel with me having sort of 30 Land Raiders. Yeah. Oh yeah, fair enough. I mean, a Warhound would definitely look a bit swamped though, with all of those tanks around it. It's like for me, my warlords look a bit swamped, having 40 knights around them. Yeah, you know, especially the Cerastus. Um, what like uh, eight Cerastus. I mean, Cerastus are quite tall, but even eight Cerastus around a couple of big titans swamps them. Um, there's lots of different mana pools. This is the thing. Like, I've got the two Titanicus books, and there's loads of different mana pools you can go for. They don't have to be like that is a. I agree, that is a mana pool. Mana pools as well are definitely dependent. Like the formation of a particular unique mana pool is based on the actual college, whatever you want to call it, the house that it's in. Some houses have like 6 warhounds as a mana pool. Some have like 2 or 3 reavers as a mana pool. Was it Griffithus or something? I can't remember. Have like just warlords. Yeah, there's lots of variations, which is just fantastic because you can just go into it and say, right, I really like the colour of this house or whatever. and their Titans are built up in just Warhounds, great. You know, or you go the other way and go, well, I just want mana pools that are this, which houses sort of have these, and you'll find them, definitely. Exactly, which leads you. Yeah, they're good books to give you ideas. I'll tell you what I was thinking of today though was, wouldn't it be cool to have an art book with just nothing but knights and titans in? That would be really cool, I think. I don't know if they've got enough artwork for it, but I'd like to see some of the older artwork if they've got access to those. You know, any sort of John Blanche Titan artwork and things. I guess it's a little bit like knights as well. They have different houses have different sort of specific knights that they use, don't they? Like some will favour the Christoris over the Cerastus, and some will rely heavily on the armigers. Yeah, it's pretty cool stuff. Right, let's see if I can actually build this now. I've got sort of 17 minutes. I'm not sure. There's quite a lot of parts this Volkite. We'll have a crack at it though. I'm a bit more thirstier than I thought I was. A bit more dehydrated. Still pretty warm. Hasn't really been a warm day though. Well, I hope you've all been quite productive today, this evening, during the live stream. What have you been working on? Whether you've been painting, whether you've been building along with me. Maybe you've been adding to your forces of Mechanicum. If you're lucky enough to have a sort of resin force, you're in anticipation of the plastic minis in a couple of weeks' time. Maybe you just wanted to finish them off so that you could kind of start afresh with the plastic ones. Okay, right, so these go in here somehow. Okay, so they sort of rest against these bits. A little bit unsure about how they would go in to begin with, but I managed. Like so. We'll just go either side of them, and then you slot this on the top on things. That didn't really go to plan. Goes together quite well. Happy with that. And this just slots in there, I'm thinking. That's quite cool how that fits together. It's pretty satisfying, that. It does get me in the mood to finish my glaive, which I still haven't finished. Definitely seeing another Volkite weapon in person. And then we would slot that in there. I'm not going to glue it. I might glue it at another stage, but for now we're just going to entomb it. Yeah. How many unassembled kits do you have? It's a really good question. Really, really good question. I have it's probably easier if I just go through Forge World kit. So I built the Atrapos, but I've still got a Porphyrion to build. I've got a Nemesis, a Warlord, 2 Warhounds, 2 Reavers, the Thunderhawk. Thunderhawk's very close to being finished anyway. I've got, I think, 8 Deimos Pattern Predators, 2 more Kratoses, a few Land Raiders, a Scorpius. I've got the Morbius to build. I've got the Arcus Sakaran. That's quite a cool one. I got a few Adeptus Titanicus kits, like some of the Resin Titans. I don't think I've built them. I've got a number of battle forces and things. You know. Yeah, I don't call it a pile of shame though. That's what you call yours, but I don't call mine that. I call it a pile of opportunities because obviously make videos off of my models, and you know, I'm able to sort of entertain people with them, and speak to you lovely people about them as well. So yeah, always something to do. This is the thing, like yeah, and I don't think ours sort of question came from any sort of point of malice or ridicule or anything like that. I think he genuinely wanted to know just how many kits and things I've got to build, which is a lot. But then again, you know, it would be a lot because I work full time and have a second job and do this. You know, no one does any of these videos for me. Like, you know, I have to find time, and all of that time, when I sit there for half an hour, 40 minutes, talking about a tank, and then I go back and then I watch that video and I edit it. You know, you're talking about, and then uploading it. You're talking about 3 hours of my life that I'm doing something for the community for. I'm giving something, you know, and that's sort of three hours or so that I could be painting, that I could be building things, you know. And I love it because I love the community, and I like the I'm passionate about the hobby. So that, you know, and all the kind comments and all the interactions and things that I have with you guys just really keeps me motivated to keep creating content. You know, if I wasn't, I would just have a break or something, like I'd stop making videos. But I think it's quite a nice testament, really, that I've been making these videos. You know, for like over 2 years, I've been making a video every single day. That's a lot. That is an awful lot. Yeah, I guess you can be lucky to be able to be part of the hobby. Yeah, you're right. There's a lot of people in the world that aren't lucky enough to be part of the hobby. Yeah, that's a good way of looking at it as well. Yeah, I haven't been in the hobby all the time either. What I mean by that is I took a hiatus for a number of years. You know, I think it was, I want to say 2005 to 2010. So for like 5 years I took a break. And then I only got into the hobby for a few months, very briefly, and then again I took another break for about 3 years. So yeah, I'd probably say I have had a break from hobbying in the whole hobby career for about 8 years. So it's not been constant. It's not like I've been doing things, you know, every day or every week since I started. You know, and that's because there are other things in life, isn't there? You know, there's other things, you know, we sometimes change interests, don't we? And what we like and what we want to do, or, you know, what limited time we have, we can commit to. And this is a very you know, time consuming hobby. Don't get me wrong. I mean, by all means, I could just take a break from making all videos completely, and then just focus on the hobby, like for myself, and not share it. I could paint, like I could spend a year's worth painting, airbrushing everything, and then come back. You know, but that's a year's. It's a year without content and stuff, isn't it? And I do like making the content. I do like showing people the new models. I like comparing them, doing size comparisons and things. So, you know, as long as I am enjoying that, I'll sort of continue to do it. And this is the thing, like, as I said before, even if it's a negative sort of response, like if someone say, oh, that's a terrible model, or it's not worth it, that's, for me, that's still a good response, because you know, I'm not out for a negative response, I'm out for a response, because it means that video's done its job in you know, helping that person to make the decision on whether it's worth it to them, you know. So yeah. I think sometimes it's good to have gaps in hobbies as well. It allows you to look into other hobbies that you might not have thought about. Luckily for me, though, I got into motorcycling uh, over 10 years ago now, and yeah, I was into Warhammer. You know, I'd got back into Warhammer uh, slightly before I got into motorcycling. Motorcycling's good because, you know, you once you buy the bike and the gear, the only real running costs is your insurance and your servicing if you need servicing, and your maintenance of the bike and the fuel. Um, you know, and you can kind of go and enjoy that anytime. Like, you just hop on a motorcycle and go and have a ride. I guess a little bit like this hobby, you can just hop into this hobby and you know, build a few things that you've picked up over the years, or paint a few things even. You know, that Dimacheron, for instance, that's fully completed. I've finished that. I'm really happy with it, but it's taken me a long time. And at the moment, I'm keeping it on display. I say display, I'm keeping it on my mat here for as long as I can. You know, because it's going to go in a box. Like, that's the thing. But it's a great motivator, because I do want to, you know, paint all the other Tyranid models and things. So yeah. And then, of course, I like my films and I like my video games, and I read a lot. I read an awful lot. Not just obviously not just Warhammer novels, but other sort of historical novels and things, and fiction, and other sci-fi fiction as well. Uh, it's good. It's good that there's a lot of choice out there of how you can enjoy your time while you're here. Okay, let me put these together then. Something like this. Right, I'll just glue this back part on, and then we'll call it an evening. I know I've almost finished it. I know I've only got like these little bits to put on, but that would put me past sort of 10:30, and I sort of want to get onto Discord and chat with a couple of people. So yeah, because I don't really do that often. Help if I put it that way around. Yeah, I hope you enjoyed the video tomorrow. It's a long video, but there's a lot of inspiration in it, put it that way. It's actually a video that I kind of made a while ago, a long time ago. Like I made the same video pretty much a long time ago, so sometimes it's good to go back to go forward. My tummy is making some noises, so time for me to grab another drink. Another thing, sort of a final thought to that, with like a big collection, is, you know, I don't personally know anyone like in real life that has same collection as me. You know, with all of the Age of Sigmar stuff and the Horus Heresy stuff, as well as the 40k. Like I don't, you know, I haven't seen a collection in real life from anyone I know. And when you get a big collection and a lot of models to do, and then you've got the channel and things, you get kind of a different perspective of, well, you could sit here for hours and hours every day building and painting and then die. And, you know, we are all going to die, but, you know, the thing is not to have any regrets. And I think if I did do that, then I would probably regret it more than if I didn't go on like a motorbike ride, or if I didn't watch a film, or, you know, go to the cinema or something like that, or go for a meal, you know. Because I know what will happen to the collection when I do pass. That's the thing. It's about being realistic. I'm not trying to be morbid. It's like, what is going to happen to all these minis that you build and paint, and, you know, they're going to be left behind. What's going to happen to them? Where are they going to go? Really. This is interesting. I thought I would set that up correctly. I mean, I have, but it just goes on a little bit. It does look cool though, I'll tell you that. Right. Yeah, no worries, Links. Have a good one. Did you want the 40k rules for Lehman Ross tank for the review? I've got the cards. Yeah, that would be really helpful. Thanks, Krieg. Just fire them off in my Discord if that's okay. Like, message me them, and then I can compare. Because you're right, I didn't do that in the other Lehman Ross review, did I? So yeah, that'd be super helpful. Thanks, my friend. Okay, right. So that's all good. No, you're not being rude at all, R. You're not being rude at all. I find it really interesting how like I say some things about painting, and I say some things about how long it would take me, and believe me, as many people as there are like yourself that says it'll take you years, like it's impossible, you never do it. There are also a lot of people that will say, just get an airbrush. You know, you'll do it in a few days. And then you look at what constitutes as legal painting, okay, and what Games Workshop deem, which isn't you, and it's not me, is 3 colours. That is the standard for like tournaments and things, and what Games Workshop classify as you having a painted force. Now, you may disagree with that. I may disagree with that, but that's what it is. So, because another thing I could say is, well, you know, for me, that probably wouldn't be painted, but for them it is. And then you're talking about objectivity in terms of what classifies painted for you might be different to someone else. And really, the only person that it really matters to is the owner and builder and purchaser and collector of those models. So I could just spray everything and put 2 more colours on, and then it's painted. Now, again, that might not be to the standard for that, you know, for other people, but then it never will be, you see. That's the thing. Like, again, I could do a collection video with everything painted, with 3 colours, legal painted, and that still won't be enough. Like, it's only going to be enough for some people if everything's painted to parade ready level, because there are some very small number of people out there where they will always look to find some way to drag your work down, or to turn a positive into a negative. Not like, that's a really impressive collection that's taken you decades. You must have spent tens and, you know, 30,000-40,000 pounds. Exactly. It's very, yeah, exactly. Good point, R. Good point. Like for me, that Dimachieron is painted. Like, I've used way more than 3 colours there. I know you can kind of only see 2. Well, okay, 3, purple, black and blue. But there's light blue, there's a few different shades of purple in there, there's red for the eyes, there's metal, there's stone, there's a fair few colours. But that is finished for me, and that there lies in another problem, in that I'm a perfectionist. So, you know, that Warlord Titan that I built and painted took over a year to build and paint. And I see people that will spend $1,200, $1,500 on a Warlord Titan. They'll build it as fast as they can, fudge it up, you know, and then spray it silver, and, you know, and that's fine if they're happy with it. And that's the thing. Like, that's where the subjectivity comes in, is that, you know, if you're happy with it yourself, that's all that should matter. I'm happy with that Dimachieron. I file a lot of these parts on tanks that people probably wouldn't, and that's fine, because, you know, it's their model, their money, their being. Anyway, I'm going off on these tangents and things, but yeah, next time I will be painting. I know that's risky, I know. I kind of want to paint some more of a Titan, so we'll try and do that. But thanks ever so much for all of your comments, questions. Really appreciate them, your motivation. You know, the plan was to put this tank together. We've done all the tracks, we've done the chassis, and we've even done the turret. And I literally have about 13 pieces to go on it, and then it's done. So I'm very happy with the progress I made. That means that I can get the review for this tank out to you, I think it will be Friday. It's just too close for me to do it for Monday. But Friday is looking good for the review for this Lehman Russ assault tank. And then the week after, hopefully, there'll be some more Solar Auxilia reviews. But yeah, really appreciate your company. I hope you've had a good stream and a good build and a good paint, whatever you've been up to. And I'll speak to some of you in the Discord momentarily. Thanks again for joining me today. Thanks, Kriegsman, and obviously Maxim, Meepish, for all the comments and links. I know you've gone, my friend, but yeah, thanks for all your involvement, and I'll see you in the next one. Thanks for watching. The Emperor Protects.